Hi Pisces, welcome back to my channel, Karma Fox. I am doing your weekly reading for November. I hope everybody out there is doing really well. I am going to take a second to remind you that this is a general reading. It may not resonate with every single Pisces, so guys, just really take what resonates for you and leave the rest for another Pisces. Also keep in mind that the energies can reverse. So if it's resonating with you, get in where you fit in, Pisces. But as always, don't force yourself into a reading that's not for you. Spirit, can I have the energy of the sign of Pisces? Pisces. All right, Pisces, you are starting out with the Page of Wands. You have the Tower in reverse. And coming out together, you have the Seven of Wands along with the Ace of Cups. Are you a little resistant to new energy here, Pisces? Because I see this energy of you like, I'm going to stand my ground with regard to this new beginning. There's definitely a new beginning. You went through a tower moment in your life. You're rebuilding it. Something collapsed here because it was built on a faulty foundation. There is somebody new in your energy with this Page of Wands, and it looks like it's moving in a really positive direction, but you're a little bit like, I don't know if I want this. I don't know if you're the right person. There's a defensiveness that you are maintaining, and I do believe it's because you went through this tower moment, and maybe you just don't want to make any further mistakes. But there is definitely love here with this Ace of Cups, but you're defensive about it. So let's see who is in your energy. Show me who is in Pisces energy. Show me who is in Pisces energy. All right, we have the Ace of Coins reversed. We have the Two of Coins reversed and the Knight of Coins. All right, so the person that is in your energy, they've gone through some sort of an ending as well. There could have been some instability financially as for some of you. With the Two of Coins here, though, this person's a little bit unbalanced currently. Now, they may be afraid that things are going to end with you. I do see this person moving very slowly towards you, though. And I do feel like this is the new person. Right now, there's a little bit of instability in their energy. They could have had a financial loss and they're kind of having to rob Peter to pay Paul. That could be what's causing it. But with regard to you, it's almost like they fear that you're ending this with them. There seems to be some instability here. Show me the energy between Pisces and this person. The Knight of Swords. Okay. So there's going to be a very honest communication between the two of you about this. Yeah. There is. Let me see what's affecting this connection. So you're definitely in communication with this person. The Hangman in reverse. A need to look at, both of you have to look at this from a different perspective. So I think what this is saying, Pisces, is that you're going to have to recognize that you pulling back and being defensive is causing this person to feel like, you know, things are delicate. They're not balanced here. Maybe even that they feel that they're giving more than you are. With the Tower in reverse, this person's going to have to recognize that you've gone through something that has been tremendously upsetting in your life. So there's a need here for both of you to look at this connection from a different perspective. So let me see what is your outcome. The Chariot in reverse. So this person's going to kind of slow down. They're going to slow their roll, right? They're going to slow down a little bit as far as their movement towards you. Why? Well, because they're sensing this defensiveness and it's unsettling for them. There's some stuck energy here that you're going to need to address. Yeah, there's some demons from the past here, Pisces, that's affecting this connection. This does look like a new connection. Bottom of the deck is the Five of Swords in the reverse. This is underlying energy. So it does indicate that there may have been some conflict here. It could be internal. It could be external. But it does appear that that conflict is resolving. It is ending, which is positive, and very much likely to this Knight of Swords, which is that honest communication. Be careful with your words, though, because Knight of Swords can sometimes be brutally honest. And I'm not saying don't be honest, but, you know, temper your words and try to see things from their perspective and vice versa. So let's clarify, Spirit-wise, the Page of Wands here. Seven of Swords reversed, Four of Swords, and the Death card in reverse. Interesting. So some of you guys, Death card is in reverse. There's something here regarding a relationship that ended that you're still emotionally tied to. And I feel like you recognize that, but you're not letting this person know about that. I feel like you're keeping that to yourself. You've pulled back from this connection. You've pulled back from this new connection, but it's related to unresolved, you know, issues with somebody that you've had an ending with, likely whoever caused this Tower moment here. You may be feeling like you're not being quite honest with this person, and some of you may not be, because there's definitely things that you're not telling this person. And it could just be like within yourself, you feel like you don't need to, or, that it could also be that you're affected by this person from the past. This Tower moment may have been due to lying, cheating, or stealing. Regardless, you've pulled back. You're kind of like, I'm taking a break right now from this person. There's things I just don't feel comfortable telling them or don't want to tell them. And it is regarding someone from your past. Why is the Tower here? I don't feel like you want to end this connection, but you have pulled back. All right, we have the Eight of Cups, we have the Nine of Pentacles, and we have the Ace of Swords. Yeah, you walked away from someone here from the past. So I feel like maybe someone from the past is coming back into your energy and it's affecting you with regard to this new person. You walked away from a situation where there was lying, cheating, stealing. You became single. You had to walk away from it, and that's what caused this Tower moment. You may not have wanted to walk away from it, but in the meantime, you have become very prosperous on your own. You're very strong, very independent. I do feel like you are embracing that independence. But I also see that there's going to be some much needed information, a much needed conversation, if you will, that you're going to have with this person to bring clarity, to allow them to see things from your viewpoint. So I do feel like you're bringing clarity into this situation. Let me see your bottom energy. Show me the bottom energy for Pisces. All right, we have the World reversed. We have the Seven of Pentacles reversed. And we have the, the Six of Swords reversed. There is a karmic element to this, Pisces, just so you know. But yeah, it's this unfinished business that's causing you to be so defensive, to kind of throw up your guard. Now, I don't see you investing in this, but there's something unresolved for you. There's something that is just, it's not over for you. So I feel like whoever this new person is, they're going to have to be very understanding of the fact that you've really gone through a major traumatic event with someone from the past. There's unresolved business here. I don't see you wanting to step out of this connection. I see that you don't feel like it's over, but you might need a little time to heal. You might need a little time to process, because you're not investing in that, but you're also not really deeply investing in this new connection either. And it's because of this stuck energy. Yeah, I don't see you trying to move away from it, but you're very defensive. So I feel like there's a lot going on within you that you're not sharing with this person in your energy. And it's preventing you from really deeply investing in this new connection. And I also feel like a lot of you would rather remain single than to invest in something that leads you down that same path. So let's look at this person's energy. Spirit, why is the Ace of Coins in reverse for the person in Pisces energy? Two of Cups. Oh, they have deep emotions for you. They may even feel you're a soulmate. Four of Cups in the reverse. They don't want this to be a missed opportunity. They don't want this to end. So basically you pulling back, Pisces, is causing them to feel like it's feeling unstable to them. They're afraid that you're going to end this connection. I see this person reaching out to you to communicate, to try to resolve things. Let me see why the Two of Coins is in reverse. Yeah, because this person has learned some lessons from the past. They know love when they see it, and they're basically saying, look, Pisces, I feel that the two of us have something here. They do have feelings for you. All right, we have the Eight of Coins. We have the King of Wands. Yeah, this person's going to be very proactive as far as trying to work this out with you. Right now, they feel like it's unstable. They feel like any little thing is going to really upset the apple cart. But this person is actively trying to view things from your perspective already. And I feel like they have a lot of passion for you. You could be dealing with an Aries, Leo, or a Sagittarius, possibly a Gemini. Don't get too caught up in the signs because we literally have all of these signs somewhere in our chart. But this person is willing to work things out with you, and they're going to take the lead in doing that. I feel like when they take the lead in doing that you're going to provide the clarity that they need to kind of, put the effort in that they need to. Why is the Knight of Coins here for the person in Pisces energy? Oh, Four of Wands and the Chariot. This person wants to marry you. If not marry you, they want to solidify this into a, relationship that's just the two of you. This person, their inclination is to move quickly, but they're slowing their roll. I do feel like there does need to be a honest conversation had between the two of you. It looks like that's going to happen, but this person is viewing you as marriage material. For some of you, this person may live at a distance as well, but they're viewing you as marriage material. They're willing to move slowly, although they don't want to. They want to move quickly. This is somebody who's going to take the lead in this relationship. This is somebody who wants to work things out with you because they do love you. Why is the Knight of Swords here? Show me the energy between Pisces and this person. Page of Cups reversed and the Knight of Pentacles again. So yeah, and I can understand why it is that they are getting this vibe from you, because you're kind of closing yourself off here. You're shutting down a little bit. You're closing off, and I feel like you may even be considering ending this, although I don't think that you will. There's almost this energy of you wanting to sneak away from this connection. This person is, like I said, they're slowing their roll, but they will take charge of this. There is a conversation now. There could be an argument between the two of you, and if not an argument, a disagreement, but it's because you're pulling back. Now, you have developed feelings for this person, but you're not opening up to them. You're kind of putting up a wall. I don't see you necessarily, running for the hills, but I don't see you really opening up to them either. So that's why they're slowing their roll. That's why they feel it's unstable. Why is the Hangman in reverse? I do think that both of you have been contemplating this relationship quite a bit. The Moon and the King of Cups. Yeah, so this person feels like there's somebody else that's taking your energy. They want to work this out. Yeah, I do feel like they're going to relate to you. Hey, I have feelings for you. I love you. I have passion for you. I want to work this out. You're kind of staying a little bit quiet. It's almost like you're receiving the energy, but you're not really, other than like on a mental level, you're not really, you know, moving forward. You've almost just pulled back here into this healing mode again. So something within this relationship has sparked some concerns for you, some worry. But the thing is that it's related more to someone here from the past. Some of you could be keeping, you know, some secrets about this past person as well. You may not feel comfortable opening up. A lot of you also don't really know how this person feels. So let me illuminate it for you. They're coming out with the King of Cups and the King of Wands. So they're definitely into you. They also feel like you could be a soulmate and they want to have a steady monogamous relationship. Let me see. And you may be telling this person, look, I don't really know how you feel about me. And I don't want to go through what I went through before. Show me the outcome for Pisces. Be sure that you're not allowing fear to, you know, run the show here. All right, so we have the Temperance in reverse. You could be dealing with a Sagittarius. You could also be dealing with another Pisces, a Scorpio, or a Cancer. We have the Ace of Wands. Cancer energy is very strong. And we have the Hermit in reverse, possibly a Virgo. So are you coming together? I do think you are. Is it going to be a little bump in the road, like where both of you are kind of pulling back a little bit? This person's slowing down, but yet really wanting to work this out. In your energy, there's still something here that you're not healed from, and it is preventing you from actually moving into this connection. It's very obvious, and it looks like a lot of you are fearful that this is going to, you know, lead you down the same road that you went before, and so you're pulling back and you're throwing up walls. So it's causing this to be an unbalanced situation where, you know, you may not be giving as much as this person is. Now, the person in your energy, I do feel like they're going to slow their roll. They may even go into this energy where they've been thinking about things, trying to figure out, why is this feeling unstable? Why is this, you know, feeling unbalanced to me? But they're soul searching, and they're going to come up with the answers. And the answers they're coming up with is, I really want to move towards Pisces. I want to go quickly. I want to take charge of this. And I would like to marry Pisces. However, I have to slow down. I can't just rush in. I can't overwhelm Pisces. So I feel like this person is going to be very cooperative in trying to work this out with you. All right. Ace of Wands indicates that the two of you are coming together, and it's going to be a very passionate relationship here. There's a passionate new beginning, but I do see a little bit of a bump in the road. Now, bottom of the deck, you have the Eight of Wands, which indicates that there's going to be back and forth communication. Any kind of conflict that is here, whether it's internal or external, is going to be resolved through this communication. If this person does live at a distance, and for some of you they do, they're going to be willing to travel. I mean, this person is going to do whatever it takes to work this out with you. The back and forth communication is going to facilitate the ending of the conflict, whether internal or external. So this looks really good, Pisces, but there's something here from your past that has resurfaced, and you're going to have to resolve that in order to show up in this connection the way that you want or they want. All right, so I'm going to pull a oracle card, and we'll see if there's any further advice for you. All right, you have number 42, and it's called Pumpkin Patch. Now, we are in the fall time frame, so that is also a timing card. Let me read that for you. Give me just a second to find it. Yeah, it says, take time to contemplate. The quiet and peaceful pumpkin patch is my favorite place to sit and ponder. I do my best thinking there. The questions and answers seem to come quite freely. From my spot on the knoll, I have a clear view over the pastures and the rolling green hills. I can see the distant rooftops of the nearby village and the lazy trails of smoke drifting from crooked chimney stacks. I think of the town folk who live there with all their things, their busy lives with no time to spare. So today, I ponder a spell that gives them time, lightens their load, vanishes all those things, and rids the desire to have all of this and more. Contemplation involves a careful consideration of people, things, and ideas, and can give us a clearer understanding of what is being observed. Thoughtful reflection can help us be more objective, to see things in a different light, and as a result, enable us to be more mindful of our words and actions. And see, that's exactly what's affecting this connection, is that you both need to kind of view this in a different light, gain a new perspective. There is a, this is kind of cute. It's a quote from Henry David Thoreau. It says, "I would rather sit on a pumpkin and have it all to myself than be on a crowded velvet cushion." So yeah, you've kind of pulled back a little bit here. You need to heal from something from the past. It is hindering, it is causing it so that you have this stuck energy that's preventing you from really going into this new connection. I don't see anything in this that would indicate that this person doesn't have but the best of intentions for you, Pisces. All right, I hope this has been helpful. If you've resonated with this reading, hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe. If there's a hype button down at the bottom, hit that as well. And until I see you in your next reading, Pisces, know that you're loved, and namaste.